here's Tom with our special guest, Bob and Tom comedy legend that we don't see all that often.
Ow, I'm a legend now. When did that happen?
Well, you get old enough, you're a legend.
He is the engineer/comedian, Don McMillan. And
That's the nerd that Chick is. He's so excited. He's got a little nerd erection. He does.
Well, it would have to be a little erection.
Hey!
And thanks for calling attention. to
Don, perhaps his exposure a few years back, you were part of the Budweiser team.
That's right, I was.
What was the title exactly?
Yeah, I was Gus, the Budweiser driver who made sure everybody had fresh beer.
Yes.
Because, skunky beer, you don't want skunky beer.
No. How long was that gig?
2.5 years.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was a sweet gig. I went to 3 Super Bowls, 2 World Series.
Whoa.
Yeah, as a sports guy, that was the best.
Damn.
I bet.
And you were also one of those cardboard cutouts.
I was. My mom went into a 7-Eleven once and said, can I have that cardboard cutout? And the guy went, why would you want that? He goes, that's my son.
Oh, that's sweet.
And they gave it to her, by the way.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And then you got even more famous with AGT, America's Got Talent.
That's right.
How far did you go?
I performed in the finals.
We talked to you on the phone, I think, just before the finals.
Yeah. Believe me, when you're on that show, if you want to do well, you have to. I tapped every resource I could to get people to vote for me because, you're up against 12-year-olds with some kind of terminal illness and you need to do well.
Oh, yeah.
That's their backstory.
Yeah. Oh, I did not have. My backstory was he's funny. That was my backstory. So I had to pull out all the stops.
And you are, in fact, do you have a master's in
I
engineering?
have a master's from Stanford. I threw away a good degree, my friend.
Whoa.
Yeah, my parents are very proud.
And you are famous, at least on this show, for doing jokes that only engineers will get on occasion.
We did that the first time we were in here, and it was the funnest thing I ever did. People called in and explained, and Chick just went, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
But yeah, I do. I like. Yeah, why is the Pope's favorite particle a Higgs boson?
Why
is the Pope's
Because
favorite
without the Higgs boson, we would have no mass.
of course.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
I get it.
kills at an engineering convention. Absolutely. They snort, their glasses fall off. That's how hard they yell at that joke.
Do you have a lot of nerdy jokes still?
In my not so many. That's why America's Got Talent worked. Mostly I do charts and graphs now. And everybody knows charts and graphs. Everybody loves charts and graphs. So
Everybody loves charts and graphs. You listen to our reaction?
Yeah.
Well, that's why USA Today was popular. All those colored charts and graphs.
Do you have like a clicker in your hands so you can change them?
yeah, no, I've always wondered why more comics didn't do PowerPoint because it's perfect for comedy. It's like I'm doing my own desk. Remember the desk bits on Carson and Letterman where they sit down? I'm basically doing desk bits with little things right next to me, and it's really easy. You get a little button, and you can have pictures, and but no comic. You know why no comic has copied me? Because it takes work. And comics.
I was going to say PowerPoints feel like homework, and I don't want to do that.
Exactly. So I have cornered the market because comics don't want to do it anymore. But how often do people ask you for your IP? People ask me for my PowerPoint slides all the time. Can I have your slides? No, you can't have my slides. Nerds, I would like your slides.
How do they project on brick walls, though? Is that tough?
It makes the pictures a little bit fuzzy.
Okay,
but,
fair enough.
Yeah, I've had to have like an AV team, which was me. Everywhere I go, so I'm back doing AV for myself now. That's what it is.
Do they ever go south on you?
Oh yeah,
the machine doesn't work or something.
Oh, the best ever was PowerPoint had some kind of bug, and all of a sudden I'd hit the clicker, and the weirdest transition would happen. It would like go to the next thing, and I didn't know what was coming up next. So I let the crowd know, and it was very funny. And then I slammed Microsoft, which everybody hates Microsoft. So
I got a big chuckle.
It did. They laughed at my. Do you remember when Microsoft they launched? I think it was Windows 3. I'm trying to remember now. My nerd. And they at the demo, and it crashed. The demo crashed, and Bill Gates just about killed the guy on stage, the tech guy on stage. Oh, that was
You don't want to do that.
By the way, I met Bill Gates, huge nerd, and I told a joke that almost got me fired.
Oh.
From it was like 1,000 people, big Microsoft event. I said, Bill, It's great to be here. You're clearly the most secure man on the face of the earth, not because you're super rich, because you don't care as a man that you're the head of a company called Microsoft. Think about that. Small and limp, not a good combination if you're a man.
I know what you're talking about.
See, if it's my company, I'm renaming it. I'm the CEO of Macrohard. Nice to meet you. Huge, satisfying company, Macrohard. Growing every day.
Did he laugh?
He laughed. I swear he snorted. He went, and then I looked to the side, and the HR people were like, no, that we can't have that kind of joke here at Microsoft. Then another Microsoft bet, and this is absolutely, I remember this so clearly, to dead silence. I walked out, did 3 jokes, and went, oh, wait, I have an update on my act. I have to reboot, and I walked off the stage. And came back on. Nobody laughed. Nobody laughed at that joke. They do not have a sense of humor about their own products.
The tall, slender, red-haired comedian Don McMillan, rumored to be, back in the day, certainly the best golfer of all comedians.
Is that right?
I don't think there's an official ranking, but I'm pretty good. During COVID, I started playing again because what was I going to do?
Sure.
Actually, that's when I knew my wife had enough of me. When she looked at me like a month into COVID and went, why don't you go play golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, your wife never says that to you. She was sick of me. But I had, during COVID, 3 holes in 1.
Whoa.
Wow.
3 in 1 year.
That's terrific.
Very good.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Out of the 1,000 rounds of golf? Or,
Yeah, probably. So. But
like-
I'd only had 1 all of my life before that.
Oh, my
And then I had
gosh.
3 in 1 year.
That's Kim Jong-un numbers. man.
He'd get 3 in the first 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had 3 on the first hole. That's
Impressive guy he
Or
is.
someone died.
He's impressive. Does he not look like Rosie O'Donnell to you, though? He looks like Rosie O'Donnell.
A little bit.
Maybe.
A little bit.
I think they have similar politics.
He is a comedian, a man with a master's degree in engineering.
That's
he
it,
is
comedy.
Don McMillan. You might have seen him on America's Got Talent.
Which, by the way, Simon Cowell did not like me.
Oh, he didn't.
No, he voted no against me. I only got 3 yeses, and he said no.
Did the audience boo him when he said no?
They in the audition they edited it.
Yeah.
In the live show, they booed him for a minute.
Wow.
He could not speak for a minute. They edited that out. And then Howie was my big proponent. He put me through to the next round.
Okay.
And but Simon, I didn't get it. I don't think he understood Venn diagrams. I did a Venn diagram. I don't think he had any idea. He was just like, "What? Why are there balls in this? Why is he going to juggle?" He had no idea.
You should have sang it, then he would have gotten it.
Yeah, well, they say he doesn't get comedy. He's a
I
good
could
guy.
see that.
But
Seems rather humorless.
I
But
turned him around in the semis, and he said out loud, "Don, I was wrong."
oh, how nice.
Yeah, that was cool. And Heidi made him say it again. So that was.
And
my
you got
big
to the final round.
Yeah.
And who won?
This again, I did not have the backstory. It was 40 women from Lebanon who were a dance team who moved as one. 40 women who moved as one and were oppressed and couldn't dance in their country. And then there's me telling my little chart.
Yeah. What a shame.
Vote for.
If only you were lucky enough to, experience religious persecution, then you could have really got it,
I was telling my parents did not beat me enough. That's what the problem was.
Some people have all the luck in the world. What are you going to do?
And I got to tell you, it was one of the rounds I knocked out a 12-year-old girl and her dog act.
Oh, God.
I know. And the I got such anger from 12-year-old girls. Like one girl actually wrote, "I would never vote for him. He's old. He will die soon." That's what she wrote.
How about that?
And it was one of the girls in the Lebanon dance crew.
No, it was not.
Oh, no.
So then, do they get a act in Vegas? Isn't that the prize?
Yeah. The winner gets to go to Vegas for a year, which, again, I'm glad I did win.
And boy, was I upset. Because I bought tickets to Lebanese dancers, and that show was not what I thought it was going to be.
I mean, are they really doing a show in Vegas?
They're part of the AGT Superstars show.
Oh, I see. So they can pad it with real.
Oh, yeah, they got 10 acts on the show.
Okay.
And they're the headliners.
Did they invite you to be on it?
They did. And because I'm doing great, so I didn't want to just do a year in Vegas.
Did they show you a graph of how much less money you'd make than the Lebanese dancers?
No, I showed that to them.
Well, there's 40 of them.
There's 4. That's what I said. They won $1 million. Well, they're about 20,000, maybe 10,000. They didn't really help them that much, but they get to live in Vegas.
You are an engineer.
Yes, I am.
And a good one. Very bright guy. I remember.
Not that kind,
Oh,
chick.
sorry.
Am I correct in saying at one point in your life, you and some other person wrote out pie on chalkboards to.
Well, I was there when he did it. But some guy set the Guinness Book of World Records at my school, Lehigh University in Pennsylvania, for memorizing pi to the most number of decimal places. He has long since been passed over. But I was there when he wrote it on a chalkboard. He memorized it out to like 10,000 decimal places.
Whoa! How do you do that? I mean,
you have no life and you never get laid.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And so, did you have to check him as he went?
People did. There was a team of people checking him. Because this was before computers, too. That's how old I am.
Oh, I mean, but he memorized whatever 3.14 blah blah. It just kept going.
Yep. Yeah.
Pretty wild.
That guy.
I can go to
That guy, Jeff
3.14.
Bezos. That's his name.
What's he doing now?
I have no idea. But here's the interesting thing about pi, by the way. You can ask someone what is pi. By their answer, you can tell what they do for a living. Like you ask a mathematician what is pi, they'll say it's the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter, because mathematicians are about relationships and not numbers. They're very romantic. You ask a physicist what is pi, they'll say 3.14159. They'll go on forever. You ask an engineer, a real engineer, what is pi, they'll say about 3. It's about 3. But I would use 4 to be safe. You ask a software developer what is pi, and they'll say it's F6 in the vending machine. That's what it is. I had it for dinner with a Diet Coke last night. You ask a manager what is pi, they'll say I'm going to need more people. I can't get this solved. And you ask a salesperson what is pi, they say the engineers will tell you 3, but I can get it to 2.6. 2.6 today.
Don, in your career as a stand-up, have you ever had everything going wrong?
Oh.
And then I think most stand-ups have that one go-to that'll bring the audience back in.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to do this thing where I'd put a neckerchief on my head and I'd tell people I look like a good-looking Russian woman. You have to kind of have to picture that.
Wait a minute. Hold it. That's hilarious.
It worked. It was my killer bit.
Yeah.
I was one. I'm old enough to have been won Star Search in '93.
Oh my goodness.
And been on America's Got Talent in 2022.
Wow.
And that bit won me Star Search in 1990.
Did you do a voice?
Yes, I would talk like this. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Or was it Ed McMahon on
Ed
Star
McMahon,
Search?
yes.
Yeah.
But that was your go-to if things were going wrong.
I was on stage once eating it, as every comic does eventually, and I put the neckerchief on to dead silence, and there's nothing like trying to be a Russian woman to dead silence. I did not feel sexy. I did not feel anything. It was the most humiliating point of my life when I was a Russian woman and no one laughed.
You picked a good voice, though, because Russian Woman you can do in 1993 and 2023.
Oh, sure.
Different country. You couldn't do that joke anymore.
You're right. They've managed to stay on the wrong side of comedy.
Yeah, what accents are still okay?
Russian, Italian.
Irish.
I think anything you can
yes,
get
Irish
away
is
with
fine.
that it could be in your background. Like I could do German and Polish and Dutch probably.
Well, aren't you Cameroon or something?
Yeah, and
I can do Unix.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just any Fortran, any language.
Oh. Because you did the 23andMe blood test or whatever it was.
3% Nigerian and Cameroonian.
I don't think you could get away with that one.
No, I probably could.
I used to do a joke in my corporate act, and it was a true story. How about my CEO would come in the room, and he would do this thing where he'd peek at your badge and pretend to know your name. You know how they do that? They go,
yeah.
Sure.
They go, how you doing today, Bob? You know, they look at your
Yeah.
badge. So I didn't have my badge, and I threw a random badge on. So he comes in, so how are you doing today, Ramesh?
Yeah.
And then I would say, I am doing very, very good. Can't do that joke in corporate anymore.
No. Also can't do it on radio.
In contemporary culture, can't get away with it.
Don will be back with us next time.
But my friend was Ramesh. He was there.
No, of course. Yeah, no, it's
I know.
Yeah, perfectly valid. That's a tough eye thing to get going as in any situation. You got that quick look-see, that quick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get down there.
Oh, it's
and-
so obvious when they do.
So I think in the future, someone's probably going to invent a thing in which your iPhone will whisper it to you. You walk up and, who's this guy? God, he looks like a Russian woman. It's Don McMillan. Thank you, Siri. Hi, Don.
Thank you, Siri.
Do you know there's a setting on your phone that if you're wearing your AirPods or any earbud, actually, and you set your phone, you can leave your phone in a room and walk out, and you can hear what's going on in the room through your earbud.
Oh, yeah, the Nixon switch.
Yeah.
No kidding.
It's crazy.
Ooh, that's
I
not
don't want that.
right.
No, for the paranoid
unhealthy.
paranoid among us, yes.
No kidding.
I'll
You didn't have that on last break, did you?
I'll see. No, God, no. Why would I do that?
They have this new thing coming out called instead of artificial intelligence, it's relationship intelligence.
Oh.
It will take your text from your wife and translate it so you answer the question correctly. When my wife texts me, "What are you doing this weekend?" I know to say, "I don't know. What are we doing this weekend?" Instead of playing golf, I would say playing golf. It's going to save a lot of relationships.
That's hilarious. Don McMillan is our guest. Were you ever employed as an engineer?
Oh, yeah, 15 years. I have 3 patents.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Are any of them paying off?
No. They're not. They're not owned by me. They're owned by Bell Laboratories and me, of which I get 0.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I don't know who did that deal, but
I think it's in my employment contract.
oh,
Are these patents on stuff we would even comprehend?
They're not around anymore. They were in telephone switches, number 5 ESS, which was back in the days when we used telephones.
oh, sure, the number 5. Yeah.
But actually, I doubt if any of my chips are still in systems, your phone is probably not working right now because it was 25 years
No,
ago.
are there insider engineering emojis?
Oh, yeah.
Are there ones that only engineers would get?
And only engineers would laugh at. They're they'll reference bad design. That's a Windows Millennium feature. Oh God, that's funny. I do a joke in my act. I go, you're a nerd when you're when you don't know your son's age, but you know he's born 3 versions of Windows ago. That's how you. I have an XP child. He's very stable. We were glad he wasn't a Vista kid. That was not. You do not want a Vista child.
No.
Oh, software update. Happy birthday, dude. Wow, look at that.
Yes.
Now, do you have a show that you do, like a corporate show that's strictly engineering jokes?
I can, yeah. No, I can go 11 on the nerd scale if I need to. I tell jokes even I don't get.
What is the killer engineer? Give me a killer engineering joke.
This is not my joke, but it's my favorite new engineering joke. What's the only day an engineer's clothes match?
What?
At his funeral. That's a great joke. That is a great joke. Engineers love that joke.